Fair of Texas truly is iconic. I was there just a couple days ago. I can speak to that. And there's nothing really that compares to it. And it's been here for a long time, right?
It has. So they're actually celebrating their 135 years. And so there's a new exhibit that allows you to kind of go back in time and see what the fair used to be like and then its journey to what it is today. Take a look. What do Santa Claus and Big Tex have in common? Well, the answer might surprise you.
Big Tex has a fun history. He originally is from Cairns, Texas. He was a Santa Claus in 1950 and 1951. And at that time, Robert Thornton, who was the president of the state fair, caught wind of it and said, we need to buy him and turn him into a cowboy. So in 1952, Big Tex made his debut at the State Fair of Texas. He did have a wink in 1952 and 1953, but that was fixed for his eyes being open. So this is the original guy.
The State Fair of Texas has 135 years of history, and you can experience all of it at this exhibit.
The presidents that have opened up the fairs in years past, like Taft and Woodrow Wilson, all the way to some of the fun midway rides like the Comet roller coaster that used to be out here.
The 135 years of the State Fair of Texas exhibit will take you on a time capsule journey.
Some of the iconic photos of bygone years of football and our concession stands and things like that. So it's really fun to walk through the exhibit, see what the fair used to be like and how it's changed, but also look kind of in between some of the people in the photos and say, hey, I know that building.
It's also an educational experience for the kids because they can see relics from the past.
Bumper cars, which those have changed over the years, but some of the plush, the stuffed animals and stuff like that from bygone midways, so the games and stuff like that are really fun for them to see.
135 years of memories have been made here at Fair Park. And when you visit, you leave a mark in the history books as well.
It's really fun to come in here and see the massive amount of history that we have in here, 135 years. But I really want guests to come in and say, what they're doing as they're in here belongs in our history books too. So they are part of the fair history when they come in here.
Reporting for News 12, I'm Christy Waite. So I think that's a really cool, fun piece of history to know about the State Fair of Texas is Big Tex was Santa Claus before he became that cowboy. I had no idea either, and I'm not sure a lot of people know that either. So
and it's also funny that I'm not from Texas, and I posted a picture of him on my Instagram page when I went to the fair, and some of my friends were like asking me, who is that? Like, that is the most absurd looking guy ever. And I'm like, that's Big Tex. You throw some respect on that man's name.
Well, I know when I first moved here too, I didn't know anything about Big Tex, and they're like, you got to go say hi to Big Tex, and I'm like, I don't know who that is, but okay. And now I'm like, I love Big Tex. Howdy, folks.
Howdy, folks. Well, we're going to show you the southeastern tower cam. Meteorologist Brian Briggs has your final check of the forecast when we come back.